Multiple lawsuits are in the works since the FBI's raid on former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. One of them is from Judicial Watch against the Biden administration's Justice Department. Joining us to discuss, we have President of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton. Tom Fitton, thank you so much for joining us on the Capitol Report.
You're welcome.
Tom, Judicial Watch filed a couple of notable lawsuits, one for records on the Biden raid on, or the DOJ raid on Mar-a-Lago. Could you tell us about this, and are there any updates?
Well, the update is that, these these agencies that are so interested in transparency and getting these records to the American people don't want to tell the American people about what they were doing. We've sued the Justice Department and the FBI for records about the raid, for communications, for instance, with the White House about the raid. And separately, we've sued the National Archives that was forced to release records finally to us this week about the raid. And this was over records they've been hiding for months from the American people. So for, an investigation that's about getting records about what the government's up to, which is presumably, or what they're saying, the reason they were interested in getting these records from Trump, I think it's more than ironic that they're refusing to turn over records to the American people as the law requires about the basis for their, in my view, harassment of Trump.
Judicial Watch has also sued the California Secretary of State for prompting YouTube to censor key election integrity videos just before 2020, the election. Tell us about this suit.
That's a disturbing revelation that we uncovered, that the California Secretary of State just, I think it was September 2020, flagged a Judicial Watch YouTube video about election integrity and about a lawsuit in California, or lawsuits in California related to election integrity. And YouTube jumped immediately through their hoop and censored Judicial Watch's video and took it down. It remains down to this day. And, when the government gets involved in censoring citizens, that raises First Amendment concerns. And so that's why we filed this federal civil rights lawsuit against the California Secretary of State over its effort to monitor and then censor Judicial Watch's material about the election just before the election. So talk about election interference, there you got evidence of it.
Tom, since 2020, obviously, big tech has been blatantly censoring content they deem harmful or, quote, misleading. With this continuing to happen, what does this mean for the future of freedom of speech, in your opinion?
Well, it remains under attack. I'm calling it the era of the Great Suppression, where citizens are being mass censored and on topic after topic after topic. The left sees opportunities here. But on the other hand, there's been significant pushback. Obviously, we've got this new lawsuit in court. States have passed laws to prohibit big tech companies from censoring individuals and citizens based on politics. Congress is going to be very much interested in this. And I think the courts are going to be less deferential to big tech when they, in my view, are caught with their thumb on the scales on behalf of a political party or an ideological movement, as opposed to just monitoring content in a neutral way that prevents, for instance, violence or things like that from being promoted, as opposed to critiques of COVID policy or concerns about election integrity. That's no fair basis to censor people.
Tom, before I let you go, I just want to get your thoughts on Elon Musk's, inevitable takeover of Twitter. Will this open the door or somehow put pressure on big tech companies as truth is allowed to spread and go viral, do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, in many ways, it's going to be up to Elon Musk to put the pressure on, because he's going to be the owner, or at least it looks like that may be the case. Who knows what will happen? But it's a big opportunity to, stake a flag on behalf of the First Amendment by Elon Musk. And I'm hoping he exposes what Twitter's been up to. I mean, it's bad enough when the companies are doing this censorship in a way that suppresses free speech. But when they're involved with the government, which is what we're seeing increasing signs of, that's where the true scandal is. And to the degree he can expose that and oppose it, Americans will be better off.
Judicial Watch's Tom Fitton, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.